EA Sports. We'll pick up the action back in the second quarter. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Catch is made in close. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. They don't pick up anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Just about every draw play in the book is headed right up the gut, but that doesn't mean you can ignore those DNs and the pressure they create on the edges. You got to hold them off, and if you don't, well, bad things happen just like that.
And he scores. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants take a 13-0 lead. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Extra point is up and good from Slot. And the Giants double their lead to 14. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now this offense getting set to work here. And Brock, they are not up to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake, or typically one will follow.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. It's a pickup of 11, and it'll give him a 1st down. Back now, pressure on its way. Down he goes. The Giants got to him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense just coming to life before our eyes, Kate, taking advantage of the situation they're in. Just feel their creativity. Right? When you get a lead like this, it just allows you to be a little looser, to play a little bit faster, and to continue to make an impact that time with a sack.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. He completes it in traffic. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Bobby Okereke making that stop. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Completed to Collins. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Giants football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Darius Slay with the stop.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the Booth Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Giants with the football. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He takes the fair catch at about the 26-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. He's got this complete to James Cook. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Motion man sent left. From the 47. Pass complete to Mechie. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. They'll motion a tight end left. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Into the hands of Pitts. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing it again here. Pitts brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Offense in the hurry up here. 1st down from the red zone. The back grabs it. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Drops back. Needs an open man.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Everly's kick is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. One last play before the break. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he could not break beyond the line, so that's how our half's going to end. That's going to bring us to the end of this 1st half of football with the Giants holding things down in East Rutherford. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the visiting Jaguars who were able to come away with the road victory. Trevor Lawrence, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing.
Well, I hope everybody was lightning quick, ready to grab a refill or a bite to eat, because no halftime report this week. Everyone's set to get the third quarter underway. Starting from the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Black Knights headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Putting the tight end in motion. 3rd down from the gun. Collins there to grab it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll give them a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Cook trying this one up the gut. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Again, it's Cook. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Another one for Cook. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Mechie hauls it in. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
3rd and short, he's taking the option right. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Connects with Mechie. And he'll go down here at the 16. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. One of the tight ends motioning left. From the 16. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. We have to take a timeout, though. There's an injured player, and it looks like Kyle Pitts is the one the training staff is headed out for. Pass play on 1st and goal. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. The Black Knights cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Nico Collins with the touchdown. They aren't taking the offense off. All right, leaving him out, trying for 2.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants push their lead further to start the half. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Giants make it a 10-point ball game. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Black Knights are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They got the job done there last time out. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. To the air now on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Some movement there before the snap. Right side of the line. This is going to back them up. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Here's 2nd and 11. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They'll try and throw it here. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll throw it yet again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's a yard or two shy of the 30 before going out. It's a 21-yard gain. And they're going to have a 1st down. Still sticking with the passing game. That pass caught by Tank Dell. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They are throwing it again. He's got it on the slant. Touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Black Knights cut it to a field goal game. Here's Duvernay on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Tracy once more. And he's brought down for a loss.
Even on the outer edges of this field, Kate, a cornerback making a stop behind the line, it's impressive. But in the middle third, that takes a special and fearless type of cornerback.
Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Giants are set to punt. Austin McNamara will kick this away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Dell with the grab. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Drew Phillips making the tackle. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's just a field goal game right now as we get set for our final quarter. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Cook. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. They send the tight end in motion. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down after a short gain. Here comes the Black Knights punt team. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
And he's tackled for a short gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing now off play action. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Punting unit out now. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pitts brings it in. Well, he came down a little awkwardly after making that tackle. Looks like he's in some discomfort now. We're going to have medical head out to check on him. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run it with Cook. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up 1st down. Now it's Cook. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Man in motion here. 2nd and 4. Connection made to Dell. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that gives them the 1st. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Complete to Dell. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you.
And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. The Black Knights take a fourth-quarter lead. Nico Collins with the touchdown. His third through the air this game. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to flow toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Returning it from the 4. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Giants and Malik Neighbors set to go to work again. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. A handoff to Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time and talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. So a really tough spot here. This is third and a country mile. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up. Punt team on the field. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. The visitors send wide receiver Nico Collins ready to go once again. New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Collins there to grab it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. On the move, headed right. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And he'll get them enough for a first down. A tight end in motion now. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Now run by Cook. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. They'll try the right side with Cook. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Back to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
We'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the ends after the absolutely tremendous game that he had.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Huard, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Black Knights are winners as we say so long from New York.
Switch that flow, straight back, on them feet, bounce that, get down low, bounce, rap, yes indeed. By the telling me something, maybe I need to figure out how the hell are we cutting, I got a deed to the house, and the less of the, if you tryna do something, you gotta lead with the bounce.
Check it out. Hit you with no delaying, so what you saying, yo? Silly with your ice grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, villain ain't Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that with the real shit. shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, looking shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros. Do like you really wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands with my eyes to see. Straight buck